into the Schuford Arena in our final game of the day as we are set to go with the 6A West Regional. It pits the number 12 seed, the Kings Mountain Mountaineers, just on the state line, going up against the Cougars of Charlotte Catholic, the number 2 seed in the West Region. Welcome in to Hickory. My name is Phil Cox. Delighted to have you with us. Just wrapped up a super exciting Girls West Regional that saw the number 1 seed move forward in that one. Northern Nash taking care of E.E. Smith over in Greenville on the campus of East Carolina. Awaits the winner here. Charlotte Catholic, by virtue of their win over Mount Tabor, getting to this point, and then the huge upset, Kings Mountain overcoming Ben L. Smith by a single point in the massive upset in the Elite Eight. So this one should be exciting. Charlotte Catholic making their way over from the Queen City, the pride of Cleveland County, and Kings Mountain getting to this point. Of course, the lower seed in the black and gold, the Mountaineers, guided by Andrew Fan. Charlotte Catholic, and the great work that Mike King has done over the years. And that flex offense that they like to run, almost ready to go here in Hickory. Congratulations to Brian Moore, the crew chief tonight, Kevin Jones and Matthew Thomas. The umpires getting the assignment for this big-time matchup with a berth in the state championship on the line. It will be Micah Daniel and McKinsey tipping it up, and we're underway. Good crowd for the final game of the day. Kings Mountain trying to attack. This is Hutchins. Boy, good, intense defense on this first possession from Charlotte Catholic, as a shot or a look in the corner for Daniel. The drive inside, and the ball will stay with the black and gold. You see Mike King there up off the bench, applauding his team's defense on this first possession. Silas Tate to trigger the inbounds pass. Get it in to Micah Daniel. Daniel, a smaller defender on him, gets it off to Ethan Daniel. Back inside to Micah Daniel. Daniel, the double team comes, and we're going to have a travel called on Micah Daniel. So a turnover on Kings Mountain. And it'll be Charlotte Catholic basketball. Cougars 25-4 on the year, 11-1 in the league. We told you about the 69-64 win over Mount Tabor to get to this regional final. Kings Mountain springing the big upset, as we said, over Benny Smith. Inside and unable to score. I believe that was that Siegel down low. Jack Siegel unable to get the basket. And here comes Kings Mountain the other way as we're scoreless, nearly a minute in. Boy, good job out of the double team. Thought Jarrett was going to take it from the corner. They get it back down low to Micah Daniel. Inside, and finishing at the basket is Christian Jarrett. So Kings Mountain breaks the scoring ice as we're a minute and a half in here in Hickory. Well, it has been a dream run for Kings Mountain, and they are on the board first. Good defense inside by Micah Daniel. Here come the Mountaineers the other way. Boy, Ethan Daniels had a couple of open looks from the corner, hasn't taken it. Doesn't take this one here. Pulls up from the wing. Can't hit the three, but knocked out of bounds by Mac Jordan, and it will stay with Kings Mountain. My name's Phil Cox. Great to have you with us. Boy, the energy in this building really elevated after Northern Guilford and Alexander Central played a classic in the 6A West Regional girls matchup. Fantastic effort by both teams. Saw overtime earlier today between West Charlotte and West Forsyth, and on the drive, foul shots on the way, as an aggressive drive from Ethan Daniel will earn him a trip to the line. Ethan Daniel averaging almost 16 points a game. Will head to the line. Another shot coming. And that one's good as well. So Kings Mountain now to a 4-0 lead. Charlotte Catholic still looking for their first points as we're more than 2 minutes in. The Charlotte Catholic team that over the course of the year, 66 points a game. Trying to get on the board first. Kings Mountain forces another turnover. The Mountaineers defense solid in the early going, on the drive and the finish as Hutchins finishes through contact, and it's 6-0. And those who have made their way here from Cleveland County love what they're seeing from their Mountaineers. Nearly another turnover. An aggressive defense as Daniel commits the foul out front. Another look at this great drive and finish. Oh, he's strong to the basket as Hutchins finishes through contact, and we've got a timeout. What a start. Here in the early going. 6-0 Kings Mountain out of the gate. Well, it has been some run for the Mountaineers. A team that lost 3 of their first 4 games. Had another 3-game losing streak over the course of the year, but started to right the ship in February. Big overtime win at North Gaston in overtime, one at TC Roberson. Of course, that memorable win over Ben L. Smith. It has been some kind of ride for the Mountaineers. They lead 6-0 here. Charlotte Catholic trying to get on the board. Aggressive defense from the Mountaineers. That shot misses. Micah Daniel pulls down the rebound. This is Hutchins, who scored just a moment ago on that drive. Open. Daniel for 3. It's 9-0. What a start for the 12 seed. Charlotte Catholic trying to come back from an early punch as the 3 is good from the wing. Jack Siegel finally gets Charlotte Catholic on the board. It took them nearly 3.5 minutes to post up on the scoreboard. On the drive, on the baseline, nothing there. They get it down low to Daniel. The double team is there. Daniel, strong inside and scores. Micah Daniel. And it's an 11-3 Kings Mountain lead. Boy, the dream continuing for the 12 seed here in Hickory. Boy, nice pull up and hitting the jump shot is Mac Jordan. Well, that is a tough shot as he tries to get the number 2 seed going offensively. Boy, on the drive, what an aggressive take from Hutchins, and he'll head to the line. Another look at this aggressive take. Xavier Hutchins already finishing strong at the rim one time, and he earns a trip to the line here. Substitutions. Caleb Nixon into the game. Nixon came in team's leading scorer at better than 20 points a game. Coming in off the bench tonight, Hutchins, who averages about 11 points a game, another double-figure scoring average on this team for Kings Mountain. You look at what they do offensively, a team that averages about 68 points a game over the course of the year. Siegel hits a tough shot. So Siegel has been the offense for Charlotte Catholic here in the first half. He has 5, and it's 11-7. Hutchins cut off. Well, they try to get it back down low to Daniel on the drive, but scoring on the drive is Ethan Daniel. Boy, the aggressiveness that Kings Mountain is showing here in the early going, very impressive. Andrew Fan having to love what he's seeing from his offense, but at the other end, Charlotte Catholic drives and scores. Good aggressive take from Luke Culpepper as Charlotte Catholic starting to get the offense going a little bit. So a hot start for Kings Mountain, but Charlotte Catholic starting to see some shots go down. Down low once again, that is Daniel. He'll have a chance for 3. The feed inside, the foul is going to be on Culpepper, and Micah Daniel will have a chance for 3. Last foul on Culpepper, but McKinstry, one of the Charlotte Catholic starters, has been saddled with 2 fouls. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we go forward in this first half. Charlotte Catholic trying to figure out this tough Kings Mountain man-to-man. Boy, step back and hitting the shot is Jordan. Boy, that is a tough shot, but he is fired up offensively, clapping his hands as he waits for Silas Tate to come across the timeline. Nice crossover from Nixon. Nixon on the drive. Christian Jarrett will earn a trip to the line. This will already be the 6th and 7th foul shots of the first quarter for Kings Mountain, as the foul was going to be called on Capsick, Matthew Capsick, his first. And again, more foul shots for Kings Mountain. Charlotte Catholic has not been to the line as of yet. To that point, though, Andrew Fan has only seen his team go 2 of 6 from the line here in the first half. So the lead, if you're the Mountaineers, you know it could be bigger. Another shot coming for Christian Jarrett. No good. So that is an early story here in the first quarter. Kings Mountain getting to the line, limiting Charlotte Catholic, not putting them on the line, but just 2 of 7 for the Mountaineers here in the first quarter. Ball nearly stolen, and we are going to have a foul called on the Mountaineers. And it's going to be on Jarrett, and it'll be Catholic ball on the baseline. Get it in to Capsick. Good screen, opening it up for Siegel. He's been hot, and he hits from the corner. Jack Siegel has been an offensive catalyst, 8 of his team's 14 points here in the first quarter, and those attired in white and red getting loud as they've seen their team cut it to 1. Kings Mountain out of the gate strong, but the number 2 seed has reeled them in here in the first quarter. Better defense from Charlotte Catholic in the half court. Cutting off passing lanes, inside, turning, and Jarrett able to score. That was a tough shot. Christian Jarrett makes it 17-14 as Catholic hustles it back up. Siegel, maybe a little bit of a heat check. Andrew Fan wanting his team to run. They get it up to Jarrett. Jarrett on the drive, goes baseline, he'll head to the line. Kings Mountain's aggressiveness and taking the ball aggressively to the basket, a big, big story. We'll see who this foul is on. It's either going to be on Culpepper or perhaps Siegel, as the first shot is good. McKinstry already with 2. And I think they did get Culpepper for that foul. This is, again, already the 8th and 9th foul shots for Kings Mountain in the first quarter. Charlotte Catholic has yet to visit the strike. 5-point Mountaineer advantage. Boy, wide open at the top of the key. Culpepper can't hit. Trying to run down the rebound is Capsick, and it's going to be Mountaineer ball. Final game of the day. Full day of action tomorrow. All these teams competing for a spot in the state championship coming up at Joel Coliseum. Under a minute to play here, first quarter. the number 12 seed, already knocking off Benny Smith, the top seed in their region. With only the 2 seeds standing in their way to a state championship berth. Get it down low to Jarrett. Jarrett, 35 seconds left. This is Xavier Hutchins. Hutchins cut off, needs some help. With better defense by Charlotte Catholic here in the latter part of this first quarter. Right in the face of the Kings Mountain ball handlers. Andrew Fan wanting his team to reset a little bit with 15 seconds left to go. Kings Mountain trying to extend a 5-point first quarter lead. Nixon, who came in off the bench, team's leading scorer, cut off, lost the ball, recovers, gets it back, will hoist it at the horn. No good, and that's how the first quarter will end. Well, the number 12 seed coming in and setting a tone through the first 8 minutes. They take a 5-point lead in the second quarter. Back for more from Hickory in a moment. You're watching live coverage of the NCHSAA Regional Finals on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/NCHSAA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of NCHSAA championship action. From live games to full game replays to highlights, it's all there. NFHSnetwork.com/NCHSAA. Second quarter underway. Phil Cox back with you here in Schufert Arena, Hickory, North Carolina, on the campus of Lenore-Ryan. Seen some good action today. Overtime in our first regional final. West Charlotte moving on the drive. Siegel can't finish through contact. He's been hitting from the perimeter, gets a second chance, and he's going to pick up the offensive foul. Boy, good job by Charlotte Catholic to stay with that, but Siegel knocked down his defender. And should tell you at the start of the second quarter, 2 Cougars already with 2 fouls. Culpepper with 2, McKinstry with 2. Some very quick first half numbers. Kings Mountain 7 of 10 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 4 of 9 from the line. Charlotte Catholic pretty good there in their own right, 6 of 11, 2 of 4 from 3, but did not visit the line as that's an air ball. It'll be Charlotte Catholic basketball. Rebounding, 6-4 in favor of Kings Mountain. Catholic turned it over twice, Kings Mountain once. Fouls also a big story. 6 fouls in that first quarter, including 2 Cougars with 2 fouls. Siegel, or rather Culpepper inside, he lost it out of bounds. "12 of Kings Mountain's 19 points also in the paint. Catholic having trouble handling Micah Daniel down low. Xavier Hutchins drives in, can't score. Both teams a little bit cool offensively to start the second quarter. They leave Jordan all alone. He drives in, out to Kapsiak, and his 3 is good. Joseph Kapsiak nails the 3. The 3rd of the game for Charlotte Catholic, and the Cougars are within 2. Applause from head coach Mike King as he sees his team cut the deficit to 2. Out front, Daniel being guarded by Kapsiak. A couple of zeros matched up on each other. Ethan Daniel runs it down. Kings Mountain having a little bit more trouble getting their offense going here in the second quarter. Charlotte Catholic's cranked up that defensive intensity. Tough shot from the corner. Can't imagine Andrew Fan too pleased with that shot. And a held ball will keep it with Kings Mountain. So Kings Mountain basketball on the alternating possession arrow. And it's triggered back into Micah Daniel, who's back into the game. Hutchins cut off. Over to Jarrett. Back down low to Daniel. Daniel scores inside. He has a load. Micah Daniel catching and scoring. He's got 6 to go along with a couple of rebounds. Kings Mountain crowd wanted to travel on the play. And another offensive foul called on Charlotte Catholic. This one's going to be on Culpepper as he knocked over Hutchins. And that is Culpepper's third. Fouls continue to be a big story in this first half. 4-point Kings Mountain lead. Daniel goes baseline, can't score. They battle for the rebound underneath. Going back up is Jared, he can't finish. Siegel out of there with it. Here comes Charlotte Christian in transition. Jordan on the ISO at the foul line. Jump shot, can't get the roll. Catholic recovers as Ben Denning goes up, and it's knocked out of bounds. A physical first half between these two. Kings Mountain came out, led 11-4, and they've been in front ever since. Siegel with a screen, doesn't use it all the way through. Siegel to the line. Jack Siegel will be shooting Charlotte Catholic's first foul shots of the game. As you see, didn't shoot off that screen, but driving in, and we'll head to the stripe. Jack Siegel for Charlotte Catholic. Second on the team in assists, top rebounder for this Charlotte Catholic squad, also tops in steals. Here's some full court pressure being put on. Kings Mountain able to break it. Daniel drives in and scores. Micah Daniel running the floor. Charlotte Catholic's going to have to figure him out. He has been almost impossible to stop as they continue to bang down low in the post. Boy, a heck of a fight down low between Denning and Daniel. Pulling up at the foul line, Jordan. And we're going to have a double foul. A double foul is going to be called. And we'll see. They're going to count the basket. And they're going to get Daniel and Denning for a double foul. The basket will count. We had just talked about that battle down low. And almost on cue. You don't see it very often, but officials with the extended fists indicating the double foul on the play. So that'll make it 23-21. With 4:33 left to play here in the second quarter, and more pressure being put on by Charlotte Catholic. Kings Mountain having a little bit of trouble. Of course, the corner, a very dangerous place to inbound the basketball. Tate bringing it up. He needs some help. Get it over to Daniel. Kings Mountain gets it across. Drive in by Hutchins. He can't finish. They tip it up. It won't go. They battle for it. They go to the deck. Catholic had it, lost it. Kings Mountain recovers. They fight for it underneath, and the shot is good. Whoa. Nixon just grabbed it and kind of hoisted it up, and the team's leading scorer gets it back out to a 4-point game. In the corner, Jordan's three is no good. Tate down with the rebound. For three, that won't go. And it's going the other way. It'll be Charlotte Catholic basketball. Bodies flying everywhere here in the first half. Foul is going to be on Jarrett. Another look at through traffic. Somehow Nixon was able to get that to go in. Just kind of hoisting it up for a 4-point Kings Mountain advantage. This is Jordan. He's made some tough shots here in the first half. Mac Jordan with 6 points to this point. He's got it, feeds it inside. And the finish down low, Luke Woosty with the finish, and it's a 2-point game. Well, it took Charlotte Catholic a minute to wake up offensively. But within two here, shooting 47%. Kings Mountain also shooting 47% to this point. Daniel drives in, and off of Charlotte Catholic, it will stay with the Mountaineers. Well, it is loud in Schufert Arena with a chance to play for a state championship in Winston-Salem. Northern Nash, the East Regional champion, awaiting. Great inbounds. And another trip to the line on the way for Kings Mountain. Foul is going to be on Joseph Kapsiak. Has a great feed to Daniel, and he'll earn a trip to the line. 10th and 11th foul shots of the first half on the way for Kings Mountain. Charlotte Catholic has just shot 2 to this point. Well, it's already the 14th foul of the first half on Charlotte Catholic. But as we said, Kings Mountain, definitely the aggressor in the first half. But Charlotte Catholic, after a little bit of a slow start out of the gate, started to click offensively. Second shot up for Daniel, it's good. He's got 9, and the lead is 4. 3 minutes left to go in an entertaining first half. The number 12 seed dethroning the top seed, Benny Smith. And now with Charlotte Catholic in their crosshairs as they lead them by 4 here in the second period. Ball nearly lost. Kapsiak went to get it. Kings Mountain crowd wanted a walk as the fall away from Siegel won't go, and here come the Mountaineers with the rebound, trying to extend a 4-point lead. Nixon, we thought about it for a moment, gets it to an open Daniel for 3. It's a 7-point lead. Charlotte Catholic came knocking on the door. They were right there on Kings Mountain's heels, but the Mountaineers have stretched it back out to a 7-point lead. Kapsiak being hounded in the corner by Daniel. Over to Jordan. He'll back it up and set up the offense. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Andrew Fan trying to get his defense aligned. Jordan on the drive from the elbow and just rolls off. He'll have foul shots on the way. Foul is going to be on Tate. And Jordan to the line. Mac Jordan with 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting, his first trip to the line. And he'll have another one coming. He's played the whole game to this point. As has Kapsiak and Siegel. Second one is good. 6-point game. If you're joining us late, Kings Mountain got out of the gate with an 11-4 lead. Charlotte Catholic cut it to 1. Kings Mountain got it back out to 7. It's currently 6 as Nixon goes to work. Needs some help. This is Hutchins with it. Over to Ethan Daniel. Now Nixon, and he's fouled. Or check it, that's Christian Hill who's fouled on the play as he's in off the bench. As he tried to drive baseline, fouled by Woosty. Foul on Woosty is his first. Number Culpepper with 3. A couple of Kings Mountain's players, Jarrett and also Micah Daniel with 2. So that's important for Kings Mountain. Micah Daniel has been nigh impossible for Charlotte Catholic to stop, and he's saddled with 2 fouls. Daniel 4 for 4 from the field, 8 points and 2 rebounds. Andrew Fan now wanting him to get his third in the first half as the lead is back to 7. A very important last 90 seconds for both these teams. 8-point Kings Mountain lead. Make it 5 after that deep 3. Charlotte Catholic staying close with some perimeter shooting. Their 4th 3 of the first half cuts it to 5. So Kings Mountain momentarily led by 8, their biggest of the game, but a 3 from Charlotte Catholic has got it back to a 5-point game. Under a minute left to play here first half. Kings Mountain setting a tone out of the gate, and they've led pretty much wire to wire. 45 seconds left to play in the first half. Andrew Fan wanting a good offensive look here for his team. Mike King trying to get his defense to lock in on what may be one of the last possessions of the half. Tate, center jump circle with 5:25 seconds to go. Daniel, who's had a good first half with 12 points. Tate, 15 seconds to go. Back over to Hutchins. Kings Mountain's got to go. 8 seconds to go. Crowd urging him on. Hutchins. Over to Tate. 2 seconds. Shot is no good. But Kings Mountain will take a 5-point lead into the locker room. The number 12 seed trying to see the dream continue as they hold a lead at the break over the number 2 seed. Halftime here in Hickory. More to come when you come back. Today's game is also available for all subscribers with the NFHS mobile app for Apple and Android devices. Download it from the App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live and on-demand games wherever you are. Should be an exciting second half, almost set to go. Phil Cox here from the Schufert Arena on the campus of Lenore-Ryan University here in Hickory. Northern Nash, the East Regional Champion and number 1 seed, awaiting the winner here. It has been quite a run for Kings Mountain as the 12 seed, trying to keep the magic alive, taking down the number 1 seed, Benny Smith, by a single point. Charlotte Catholic, the pride of the Queen City. Mecklenburg County versus Cleveland County here tonight. Can Kings Mountain put the magic together for 16 more minutes? They led by as many as 8 in the second quarter. Catholic able to whittle it down to 4 as, of course, the team switched sides and we're ready to go here in the second half. Ethan Daniel with 12 first half points to lead the way for Kings Mountain. It was Jack Siegel getting the offense started with 10 points, including 2 threes in the first half. On the drive, aggressive from Jordan. He had 7 first half points and he'll head to the line. You have to think that Mike King telling his team they need to be more aggressive in the second half, and Jordan setting a tone right there out of the gates as he drives in and gets the foul, and he'll head to the line. 2 shots on the way for Mac Jordan. 1 of 2 from the line in the first half, drills the first. Coming out is Jarrett, coming in is Nixon. Remember, Nixon, you remember, team's leading scorer. Didn't start, but did have 2 first half points. Jarrett coming out with those 3 fouls. He had 6 first half points. And he becomes the first Mountaineer with 3 fouls. Obviously, foul trouble, a big story. A little bit of zone pressure being put on by Catholic, and the Mountaineers just save it. Avoid the backcourt violation. On the drive and finishing through contact is Hutchins, Xavier Hutchins. He now has 4 points, and the lead is back to 4. Siegel had a notion, didn't take it, tried to get it to Jordan. Back out to McKinsey. Remember, he had 2 first half fouls that limited his playing time. Driving in is Joseph Kapsiak. He can't score. And Kings Mountain down with it the other way. Spinning away is Hutchins, but the open 3 from the corner is good from Tate, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point game. Kings Mountain out of the halftime locker room, stretching out their lead as we're more than a minute in. A little fade screen to get Siegel open. Long 2 is good. Boy, good offense run by Charlotte Catholic on that little fade screen action. And it's a 5-point game. Mike King seeing his team come out and execute here in the third quarter. Who will meet Northern Nash for a spot in the state championship. Hutchins going to work. Getting it over to Daniel. Daniel in the corner. And did he step out of bounds? He did. Thought for a moment it may be a foul on Charlotte Catholic. And Daniel asking one of our officials about it, as is Andrew Fan. But it will be Charlotte Catholic basketball. Fouls a big story in that first half. Charlotte Catholic not getting to the line much at all, committing 14 fouls themselves and aiding Kings Mountain to that 4-point halftime edge. Charlotte Catholic, that flex offense that they like to run. Kapsiak drives in, over to Jordan. Jordan, this is Kapsiak, over to McKinsty. McKinsty back in with those 2 fouls. Siegel got the offense going for Charlotte Catholic in the first half. Jordan open for 3, rims out. McKinsty had the rebound, tried to save it, but couldn't. Charlotte Catholic with a good look there, but unable to capitalize. More pressure and what looks like a kind of a 2-2-1 zone pressure being shown here by Charlotte Catholic. A little bit of trouble, nearly turning it over. Kings Mountain trying to handle that backcourt pressure as Daniel misses the 3. That pressure looks like it's starting to have an effect for Charlotte Catholic. Boy, good strong drive by Jordan. But Catholic recovers, and the 3 won't go. Another good look for Charlotte Catholic, but they can't get it to go down. They've hit 4 threes so far tonight. At the other end, frustration foul as Hutchins couldn't finish, and then upsetting himself, commits the foul. So both teams cooling off a little bit as we near the midway point of the third quarter. Kings Mountain, if you joined us late, came out of the gates with an 11-4 lead and has led pretty much throughout. And an offensive foul, an illegal screen called on Charlotte Catholic. They're going to get McKinsty, and that's his 3rd. An illegal pick, the 3rd foul on Keaton McKinsty. So McKinsty with 3. He is yet to score tonight. Hutchins, dribble handoff to Ethan Daniel, or rather to Nixon. Back in is Micah Daniel. That's a big development. He was saddled with a couple of early fouls. And speaking of that, we're going to have a Charlotte Catholic foul. This one's going to be on Siegel. So whistles starting to become a big part in this game, with both teams aggressive to the basket. Officials forced to blow their whistle. And the foul on Siegel is his 1st. He leads all Charlotte Catholic scorers with 12. Matter of fact, he and Ethan Daniel both with a dozen points until that layup. Ethan Daniel now with 14. It's back to a 7-point lead. Charlotte Catholic has looked poised to try to take the lead themselves as Siegel hits from beyond the arc. So after Daniel scored his 4th field goal to be the game's leading scorer, Siegel comes back, hits a 3. He's got 15, and it's back to a 4-point game. Tate lost the ball, went and got it back. See if Kings Mountain tries to get Micah Daniel some more touches down low. He has been tough to stop. Heck of a drive. Micah Daniel nearly got it back, but Catholic down with it. Here comes Jordan. Mac Jordan spinning. Needs some help over there in the corner, and either a timeout or a foul. A 30-second timeout asked for as Mac Jordan was tied up in the corner, and a 30-second timeout asked for by the Cougars. This has been a third quarter that saw Charlotte Catholic come out, be aggressive to the basket. But Kings Mountain has stretched it out to as many as 7. Check some numbers for you. Both teams shooting pretty even. Charlotte Catholic, 12 of 27 from the field, 44.4%. Kings Mountain, 14 of 30, 46.7%. Charlotte Catholic stayed in the game with some three-point shooting. 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. Kings Mountain 3 of 8. If you're Kings Mountain, you do blink a little bit at the foul shooting. It's just 7 of 13. Charlotte Catholic 5 of 6. Rebounds pretty even. Fouls continue to be a big story. And as this has been a whistle-heavy game. Open for 3. Siegel can't hit. Kings Mountain down with the rebound. That would have brought the Cougars within 1. At the other end, Wilson on the crossover. Nixon couldn't score. Daniel recovers and scores. Micah Daniel. He has been very difficult to stop, and he scores inside to make it 40-34. Mountaineers capitalizing on a second chance opportunity. They feed it inside, and Matthew Kapsiak is fouled. Foul is going to be on Ethan Daniel. You see that nice post feed inside. Both Micah Daniel and Ethan Daniel were there, but they get Ethan for it. It's his first, and foul shots on the way for Matthew Kapsiak. Kings Mountain has led the whole night. 2:50 to go here in the third quarter. Final regional final of the day. In this 6A West Regional, Northern Nash already winning in Greenville earlier today, securing their spot in Winston-Salem. This was a 4-point game at the half, and it remains a 4-point Kings Mountain edge with 2:40 to go here in the third period. Good aggressive defense, but Kapsiak's going to pick up the foul as he fouled Hutchins out front. Foul on Kapsiak will become his second, and the third team foul to be called on the Cougars here in the third quarter. Fouls, who gets them? Who goes to the line? How many we've got? That's going to be a very important storyline going forward in this second half. Ball lost, recovered. Kings Mountain gets it back. Nixon, team's leading scorer. Didn't start tonight. They get it down low to Daniel, and he scores inside. They have had no answer for big number 15. He's got 12 points, and the lead is 6. Micah Daniel, a force to be reckoned with in the post. The number 12 seed. That ball nearly got blocked into the basket. Micah Daniel down with the rebound. Chance for Kings Mountain to stretch this out. They led by as many as 8 in the first half. The 3 won't go. May have brought the house down if that had gone in. Charlotte Catholic trying to cut into this deficit before the third quarter is history. They get it down low to Culpepper. They swing it around over to Matthew Kapsiak with 1:30 to play. Matthew Kapsiak on the drive, and he's fouled by Nixon. One thing you can say about Charlotte Catholic in this second half, they have been much more aggressive in taking the basketball to the rim. One of the ways that Kings Mountain built this lead in the first half was by them being the aggressor. And you have to tip your cap to the Cougars. They have been able to do that here in the third quarter. Both teams have taken very good care of the basketball. How about this? Kings Mountain has only turned the ball over twice all night. Charlotte Catholic with only 5 giveaways to this point. Points in the paint has been a huge story in this game. Kings Mountain with 26 points in the paint. Just 6 for Charlotte Catholic. 4-point game. Better job by Kings Mountain breaking the pressure there. Charlotte Catholic shown a lot more of that in the second half. Can anybody stop Micah Daniel? Gracious sakes. He is owning the paint right now, 44-38. Can Charlotte Catholic do anything to slow him down? in the fourth quarter. At the other end, Charlotte Catholic aggressive to the basket, and they score, and it's right back to a 4-point game. 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Daniel down low, scores. Playing like a man possessed here in the second half. Saddled with a little bit of foul trouble. He is 9 for 9 from the field. Ball taken away. Up with the steal is Ethan Daniel. On the drive, finishes with the left hand. Kings Mountain ties their biggest lead of the game of 8 with 12 seconds left to play in the third quarter. The number 12 seed trying to see the dream continue here tonight. Jordan at the foul line. Puts it up at the buzzer. It rims out. And Kings Mountain, the pride of Cleveland County, will take a lead and momentum into the final 8 minutes. Back for the fourth quarter right after this. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Subscribe to the NFHS Network to watch live and on-demand event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sports nationwide. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination. NFHSNetwork.com, your home for high school sports. Kings Mountain, a place known for its history, known for its fight, known to never give up. The number 12 seed already taking down the number 1 seed. They lead the number 2 seed, tying their biggest lead of the game at 8 as we begin the fourth quarter. Micah Daniel is 8 of 8 from the field for 16 points. Also 4 rebounds for Daniel. What a night for big number 15 in gold and black. As we begin this fourth quarter, Kings Mountain looking for their biggest lead. That is too strong, and here comes Charlotte Catholic. What do the Cougars have to say, and what they hope is in the last 8 minutes of their season as Jordan gets the offensive foul, just displaced his defender, and Micah Jordan picks up the charge. Dropping that elbow and displacing your defender, that will be a charge almost every time. Boy, a large contingent of fans have made their way here from Cleveland County, North Carolina. The Charlotte Catholic contingent hoping their team will give them something to stand up about. Inbounded to Tate. Kings Mountain looking for their biggest lead of the game. Tate, crossover. Trying to get it down low to Daniel. Charlotte Catholic trying to cut that off. Daniel down low has been a perfect 8 for 8 tonight. They feed it, thought they were going to get it down low to Daniel. Tate gets the pass and he gets fouled. Foul is going to be on Mac Jordan. Remember, he got the charge just a moment ago. Foul on Jordan is his second. Both of the Daniel boys for Kings Mountain, both Ethan and Micah, each with 16, as Micah Daniel scores inside and a chance for 3. He is 9 for 9 from the field. This time taking it himself, spinning on Culpepper, and he'll have a chance for 3 the Naismith way. Biggest lead of the game for Kings Mountain. Cougars looking for an answer. They now trail by double digits. Jordan trying to get the offense started. Over to Kapsiak. His 3 won't go. Kings Mountain down with the rebound. Ahead to Nixon. Nixon on the drive through traffic, scores. It's a 12-point lead. They're going nuts here in Hickory. The number 12 seed with their biggest lead of the game. The three from Siegel, much needed. Jack Siegel got the offense started, a very big bucket there to get it back down to single digits with 6 minutes to go. Can Charlotte Catholic crank up the defensive intensity and somehow figure out a way to slow down Daniel? Micah Daniel with 18, Ethan Daniel with 16. Ethan Daniel drives in. And did it make contact with a Cougar? It did, and it will stay with Kings Mountain. 5:37 to go. Can the Cougar defense step up, get some stops, force some turnovers? Back down low to Micah Daniel. The double team is there. The three won't go. They battle for the rebound, and they're going to get Hutchins for being on the back. For Hutchins, that'll be his second. 5:30 to go. What do the number 2 seed have in their tank? Do they have another push in them? A team that won 25 games in the regular season. Jordan steps back and scores. It's a 7-point game. Charlotte Catholic crowd trying to get loud, urge their team back. Kings Mountain out of the gates with an 11-4 lead, and they've led from the start. Michael Jordan, a perfect 9 for 9 from the field. They get it inside. Ethan Daniel scores inside. Both Ethan Daniel and Micah Daniel have carried it all night for the Mountaineers. It's back to a 9-point game. Jordan nearly lost it. Over to Siegel. Back to Jordan. Jordan, a huge three, won't go. Out of bounds, Kings Mountain basketball. Whistle, timeout, Mountaineers. Those in black and gold know there's still time left, but they have a 9-point lead with 4:39 to play. Andrew Fan, a team that entered this postseason with a 12 seed, a team that lost 3 of their first 4 games of the year. They're trying to put themselves in a position to play for a state championship against Northern Nash, the East Regional winner that beat E.E. Smith earlier in Greenville. Mountaineers, of course, here by virtue of that win over Ben L. Smith. Before that, a narrow victory over T.C. Robertson, 63-61. It has been some kind of a ride. Not over yet. 4:39 to go. Charlotte Catholic has made some pushes, but the group from Cleveland County has resisted them every time. This was a 4-point Kings Mountain lead at the break. They got out of the gates 11-4 and really have never looked back. Tough place to inbound the ball. See if Hutchins can get it in. A little bit dangerous. They get it into Nixon. Nixon over to Tate. They get it over. Inside, ball lost on the ground. Hutchins had it, lost it. They battle for it. Back to Hutchins. 4:25 to go. Well, if you're Andrew Fan, you still want your team to run their offense, but don't want them to get in a hurry either. That fine balance between not completely getting away from what you've been doing, but also no sense in getting in a hurry as Siegel just runs over Ethan Daniel. Another look. He was trying to fight through that screen, and Siegel just trying to get through that solid screen, picks up the foul. Approaching 4 minutes to play. They get it inside, and scoring down low is Tate. It's back to double digits, 56-45 with under 4 minutes to play. Siegel, tough shot inside, rims out. Ball tapped up, Ethan Daniels got it. Under 4 minutes to play. An 11-point Kings Mountain lead. And Charlotte Catholic's going to have to start to put some serious pressure on Kings Mountain as that falls off the side of the rim. Well, that would have made it a 13-point game with 3.5 minutes to go. Charlotte Catholic has got to hustle, get some points up in a hurry. Just 3:25 to go. They get it cross court. Capsiak can't score inside. Offensive rebound, stick back won't go. Recovered by Siegel, and he'll head to the line. Boy, Siegel fighting for it, and he'll head to the stripe. And what has been a really physical game tonight. Boy, all these games are physical. You get to this point, you get to play in March, and that's what you come to expect. A little bit of a delay before these foul shots. A little bit of a wet floor. Trying to find something to wipe it up with before Siegel toes the line. I think they're just going to use some feet, trying to get it dry. Officials, I think, waiting for some type of a towel, but they're just gonna. There it comes. Micah Daniel, he's done everything else for Kings Mountain tonight. Secures the towel to wipe up the moisture in the lane. And now they're going to send the teams to their bench before Siegel shoots these foul shots. Jack Siegel to the line. $18 points for him tonight, 2 of 2 from the line. He's also hit 4 threes. Charlotte Catholic, 25-4 this year. They don't want to see the dream die tonight. Got here by virtue of a win over Mount Tabor, 69-64. Beat Dudley before that, 60-48. Pressure by the Cougars in the backcourt, 3:10 to go. Kings Mountain able to get it across. Boy, every possession huge as a foul. Tate going to the court, and a hit to the head called on Charlotte Catholic. Here's another look as McKinstry committed the foul. That is just the second team foul. Or I checked that. That is the 5th team foul. So double bonus. 2 shots coming for Tate. Kings Mountain just 7 of 14 at the line tonight. These are the spots you want to hit them. Tate now with 6. One of 2 for Tate. 10-point game. Charlotte Catholic can't afford too many more empty trips. They need points. Jordan. Pulls up from the elbow, knocks it down. 8-point game. 2:40 to go. Can Charlotte Catholic get a stop or a turnover? Kings Mountain has done a better job of breaking that pressure here in the second half. Tate nearly lost it. Good job to get free underneath, and Nixon scores and gets fouled. Good job by Kings Mountain to stay aggressive and score. A lot of times teams just trying to burn clock late in that situation, and Nixon strong to the basket. He'll have a chance for three. Kings Mountain led 19-14 at the end of the first quarter. They led by 4 at the break. They outscored Charlotte Catholic 17-13 in the third quarter, and they now lead by double digits by 10 with 2:23 to go. Charlotte Catholic needs to foot on the accelerator, and Jordan commits another offensive foul. Trying to free himself. Jordan picks up the offensive foul with 2:16 to go. Mike King with a word for one of our officials before the Mountaineers inbound this with a 10-point lead and 2:16 to play. Charlotte Catholic's been putting on that pressure, but it hasn't yielded many results. Can they force a turnover here? Get this down into single digits. Kings Mountain has done such a good job of breaking it, and nearly losing it is Nixon. They go to the deck. Charlotte Catholic's got the ball, a held ball. Alternating possession arrow will keep it. Or it is going to be Charlotte Catholic ball. Thought initially it may be the Mountaineers basketball, but it will go over to Kings Mountain on the arrow. 2:09 to go. Jarrett is coming back. Hutchins is going out. Now Jordan is going to wipe up some moisture. The Charlotte Catholic have something else left in them. Still time with 2:09 to go. It's been quite a run for the Cougars. 25-4. Can they pull off a rally here? Put some game pressure on Kings Mountain. Siegel had a notion, didn't take it from beyond the arc. Blocked away. What a block. Out into the open court. Tate will get the layup with 1:53 to go. It's back to a 12-point game. At the other end, Kings Mountain committing the foul, and foul shots on the way. Well, good job by both teams to push the tempo. And Siegel, or is this Culpepper? Culpepper to the line. 12, not 2 for Charlotte Catholic. Well, you say this about the Cougars. They have kept themselves in this from a foul shooting perspective. Now 12 of 13 from the line. But they need more stops and more points. At the point of the game now, you don't just need stops, you need turnovers. With 1:45 to go and still trailing by 10. Can this press finally yield a turnover for Charlotte Catholic? In the corner, dangerous spot, but Kings Mountain able to get it. Ahead to Daniel, and he scores. Micah Daniel, a la Bill Walton tonight. He is 10 of 10 from the field for 20 points. At the other end, Siegel drains the three. 63-54 with 1:26 to go. Boy, good job to hit Siegel. He has been lethal from beyond the arc. That's his 5th three. He's got 23 points. Timeout, Charlotte Catholic. Back to Micah Daniel for a moment. 20 points on 10 of 10 shooting. He leads the Kings Mountain scoring effort. Ethan Daniel with 18. Mac Jordan with 13 for Charlotte Catholic tonight. Who will advance and play Northern Nash for a state championship? Kings Mountain trying to dethrone the top 2 seeds in successive games. Winning by just a single point over Smith, and now leading Charlotte Catholic. They've led by as many as 12. The lead is 9 with 1:26 to go. Can Charlotte Catholic use this pressure to force a turnover? And the ball's on the ground. Remember, possession error belongs to Kings Mountain. And we're going to either have a timeout or a held ball. And a timeout asked for by Kings Mountain, a 30-second timeout with 1:20 to go. Wiping up some more moisture here at John Hintz Court. It's been a great facility. Really, really good for high school basketball at the regional level. A great host. Hickory's been wonderful today. Folks here at Lenore-Ryan, we've had an excellent day of basketball. 1:20 to go, and now Charlotte Catholic starting to foul, and you really can't blame them. Down 9, 1:19 to play. And the man of the hour, Micah Daniel, about the only thing he hasn't done tonight is at the foul line. He's 0 for 2, but perfect from the field. 10 of 10 for 20 points. Trying to get this back to a double-digit advantage. You know, if you're Charlotte Catholic, with Kings Mountain now just being 8 of 18 from the line, you obviously have to foul, but fouling from a strategy standpoint is also kind of in the cards. Yes, you want to go for steals and try to turn the ball over, but they're just 9 of 19 from the line. So fouling obviously to stop the clock, but also from a strategy standpoint, not a bad idea. But Charlotte Catholic's got to get points, and they got to get them quickly. Jordan from the corner, his 3 won't go. Charlotte Catholic runs it down. Another 3, that's good. Down to a 7-point game. Timeout Charlotte Catholic. So hold the phone here with 1:05 to go. Timeout Cougars. Charlotte Catholic did not waste time. Siegel knocks down another 3. He's got 26 points. Now again, you get into the conversation. If you're Charlotte Catholic, you obviously would rather force a turnover. That's your first preference. But fouling, quickly fouling, not a bad idea either, from the simple fact of obviously it stops the clock. But Kings Mountain just 9 of 19. And of course, if you look at Tate, he's 1 of 2. Hutchins, he's 0 of 2. Micah Daniels 1 of 4. About the only guy you don't want to foul is Ethan Daniel. And of course, if you're Kings Mountain, you want him to have the basketball, both for his ball handling and for his foul shooting ability. But again, if you're Charlotte Catholic, you'll take the turnover. Hutchins will trigger the inbounds pass. And again, if you're Charlotte Catholic, fouling Micah Daniel would be ideal. Timeout asked for by Kings Mountain. Boy, this is where all those hours of practice, the times in the gym, over holiday break, when nobody was watching, the things that you practice, not just the hustle, the physicality part of it, but the strategy part of it as well. There you see the bracket again. Northern Nash waiting to get the winner of this one. Kings Mountain, you see what they did. Top left corner of your screen, beating Smith by a single point, the #1 seed. Charlotte Catholic here by virtue over that win over #3 seed Mount Tabor. All leading up to the state championship in Winston-Salem at Joel Coliseum. Possession arrow does belong to Kings Mountain. Timeouts. Mountaineers with 2 left. Cougars with just 1. And this gets very, very interesting from a foul strategy standpoint if you're Charlotte Catholic. If you're Kings Mountain, you want the ball in Ethan Daniels' hands. They get it to him, but he's in the corner, needs some help. And it is off of Charlotte Catholic. It will stay with Kings Mountain. Spot throw in this time for the Mountaineers. So getting a little bit testy here with 1:01 to go. Charlotte Catholic a bucket away from making this more interesting. And now you get it in to Daniel, who has been fantastic. He has been the best from the field, 10 of 10, but he's 1 of 4 from the foul line. So palms are sweaty now here inside Schufert Arena. And we'll see if Micah Daniel can step up and at least hit one of these for Kings Mountain. Still a 7-point game with exactly 60 seconds to play. One of 2. 8-point lead, 1 minute to go. See if Kings Mountain, they do. They're going to put a little bit of token pressure just to make the advance a little bit tougher as Jordan picks it up and brings it across the timeline. No time to waste for Charlotte Catholic. Siegel hoists another one. It won't go. Rebounded by Kings Mountain. 50 seconds to go. Charlotte Catholic's got a foul, as that is last off of the Mountaineers, and it will be Charlotte Catholic basketball. We said they needed to foul, but the ball gets knocked out of bounds off the Mountaineers, and a respite for Charlotte Catholic. 46 seconds to go. They get it in bounds, get it into Jordan. Jordan, crossover, steps back, shoots the 3, won't go. Ball batted around, foul. Who's it going to be on? They're going to get the Mountaineers, and it will be Charlotte Catholic basketball with 40 seconds to go. Just the 4th team foul. So the Cougars will inbound it. Jordan in the double team, needs some help, and a foul is going to be called on Jarrett, and foul shots on the way for Charlotte Catholic. Well, the Cougars have been good from the line as you take another look. A little too much there from Jarrett. The Cougars have been solid from the line, 13 of 14, as Luke Culpepper will head to the line. He is 2 of 2 tonight. Well, if Culpepper makes this, it's a 2-possession game with 36 seconds to go, and then you get back in that conversation again with, if you're Charlotte Catholic, you'd like to force Micah Jordan to catch it in bounds. And if you're the Kings Mountain Mountaineers, you'd love Ethan Daniel to catch it in bounds. (65-59). Charlotte Catholic has whittled it down to 6. They get it into Micah Daniel, and boy, Tate grabs it, and now Charlotte Catholic's got a foul or forced a turnover as finally Joseph Capsiak grabs Silas Tate, and he'll head to the line. 29 seconds to go. Tate tonight, 1 of 2 from the line, 8 points for Silas Tate. Chance to get it back to a 3-possession game. Kings Mountain has only turned the ball over 4 times against all this Charlotte Catholic pressure. They have 46 points in the paint. Just 3 of 11 from 3, 11 of 22 from the line, as that one is no good. And Charlotte Catholic has no time to waste. They got to get it up, and they got to get it up in a hurry. On the drive, scoring is Culpeper. Timeout Charlotte Catholic. It's down to a 5-point game. Charlotte Catholic in this last about minute of game action has been slowly whittling away at that lead. Still a 2-possession game with 22 seconds left to play. Back to the stats for just a moment. Kings Mountain, 54% from the field, but just 3 of 11 from 3, just 11 of 22 from the line. Rebounds are even at 25, but they've turned the ball over just 4 times. And they have 46 points in the paint, 22 of them coming from Micah Daniel on 10 of 10 shooting. Charlotte Catholic has been led by Jack Siegel, 26 points, including 6 of 9 from 3. He has been brilliant. And once again, you revisit the foul shooting situation. And if you are Charlotte Catholic, you would love Micah Daniel to catch it, and they foul him. If you're Kings Mountain, you'd love Ethan Daniel to catch it, and he be able to go to the line. They run the baseline. They loop it in, and it's tipped away by Matthew Capsiak. It will remain Kings Mountain basketball. Hutchins to inbound, still in the backcourt. A whistle, and looked like Mac Jordan overran a Mountaineer. And that's all for Mac Jordan. He will leave with 13 points. Not over yet, but 2 here could make this a 7-point game with 21 seconds left. Tate to the line. Silas Tate with 1 more foul shot, and the folks from Cleveland County, North Carolina can start to taste it. The number 12 seed came out, set a tone, led by as many as 12, and they lead by 7 with 21 seconds to go. Into the front court, Charlotte Catholic, ball thrown away. And they can feel it now in Schufert Arena. Andrew Fan. The dream will live on for Kings Mountain. The Mountaineers will get to drink in the final 10 seconds. They are going to Winston-Salem. They defeat the number 1 seed Smith and now the number 2 seed Charlotte Catholic. And they will play for a state championship. Micah Daniel, perfect from the field, 10 of 10 to lead his team to a region title. Congratulations to Charlotte Catholic, a great year for the Cougars. But the number 12 seed, the dream lives on for the Mountaineers as they will play Northern Nash in Winston-Salem for a state championship.